Hey everyone, Luna here, and I have today with me another book review for you. Today's book review is Teen Witch by Silver Ravenwolf, circa 1997. This book cover is the original. I bought this book when I was 13 years old. That was well over 10 years ago. I think I bought this actually when it came out, shortly, a couple of years after it came out. Yep. Copyright 2001. That's when I bought it. So, a couple of things. I'm not very fond of Silver Ravenwolf. She is a good author. She is very verbose. And she's good at telling stories. But I feel that this book was lacking. I read this book originally when I was 13, 14 years old, when I was first starting the craft. This was my first book. And even then, I felt like I didn't get all the information I really needed. It was really just the basics. Like, here's a magical alphabet. Here's a handful of correspondences. And granted, it's meant for teenagers, yes. But there is a good chunk of it where it's nothing but spells. Just spells. You don't learn much in-depth information concerning magical practice, yet you still get this chunk of spells. And this is a pretty decent sized book. It's bigger than my head and rather not very thick, but still decent sized. And I felt that most of it was spells and not enough information. As for other parts of the book, one, I felt it lacked in information. Two, I felt there were way too many spells. Too much practice, not enough information, like I said. Three, in the back of the book, she gives you a hint on how to deal with your parents, how to come out of the broom closet, per se, to your parents. And the way she comes about it, not exactly the best way. She mentioned something about a sneak attack, which it would be considered lying. Another thing, her history seems a bit muddled. There are facts interspersed, but a lot of it has been proven as incorrect. Another thing that I found that I didn't like was that she uses Wicca and witchcraft interchangeably, which is also incorrect. You can be a practicing Wiccan and practice witchcraft, but you don't necessarily have to be Wiccan to practice witchcraft. It's sort of like a square is a quadrilateral, but not all quadrilaterals are square. But for general information, I do mean general, just a broad spectrum, it's a good book. It gives you a good head start. Gives you a good start. You know, it's like, okay, here's a few bits of information, but it's very much just a start. You really do have to go study the rest of it somewhere else. And a lot of it, because there's a lot lacking. One thing that I did like about the book was that she has a suggested reading list at the back of the book. And a lot of those books I actually own, and I've actually enjoyed. So there is a suggested reading in the back of the book that has decent, if not wonderful, books recommended. Oh, another negative is she skims over the negative, for lack of a better term. There is a section in there about dark magic, but it's maybe about 3 paragraphs. It's mostly a story about a kid who wanted to practice nothing but dark magic. And And what she says is dark magic. There is no light or dark magic. That's another misconception that she uses. But just those 3 little paragraphs. And the entire message is, don't do it. Doesn't go into it. And I think that's a very important bit of information that teenagers especially young people need to know about. Because I learned about it the hard way after practicing through this book. So, FYI, decent, not great. But really just take most of it with a grain of salt. Decent supplement, good kick start, but not something I would highly recommend. Anyway, I hope this review was helpful and that you guys have a good night and brightest blessings.